What's up, coaches? Welcome back. This is a continuation of the counter discussion. Now we are talking about how to block counter against an even front. So make sure you stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. Said in the last video, counter is my favorite running scheme to use, and in my opinion, you can use it in any offense that you prefer running, whether it be a spread offense, whether it be wing T, flex bone, does not matter. So in my opinion, you need to have the counter running scheme in your offense, in your playbook. And if you have not seen my previous video, I talked about how to block against an odd front using the counter scheme. So make sure you check that video out. I've linked it down in the description. Blocking counter against an even front is actually a bit easier than it is blocking it against an odd front. The rules are a little bit simpler. The blocks are a little bit easier to reach for the lineman. So with that in mind, it's also important that you make sure that you keep it simple. You got to keep it very, very simple and rep it in practice. All right, so we're gonna get into the breakdown here in just a second, but I'm also gonna show you some animation scenarios in which this may look like on the field, as well as make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm gonna show you a drill that I like to use, because remember, we do read that backside defensive end. So we use a drill in practice to help the eyes of the quarterback and get that read down pass so that he knows when he has to give the ball or when he has to pull it. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to talk about a little drill that you can easily put into your practice plan, and maybe 5 minutes a day, just work on the reads, because you can use that read drill for every single running scheme you use. We are talking about counter, blocking it out of a 3x1 set. We are running counter away from the trips. You can run it either way, it does not matter. I'm just going to show it to you away from the trips here. So we're going to talk blocking assignments, and we're going to start with the play side tackle. He has somebody in his B gap, his inside gap here. So he's going to block down to that tackle. Play side guard, nobody in that backside A gap. So he's going to double in with this tackle right here, and they're going to carry this double team to this backside linebacker here. They are working this, basically putting this tackle, trying to put him in the lap of this linebacker here, and carrying that double team all the way up to that backside line. Their eyes need to be on that backside linebacker when they engage in this combo block. Center, you are blocking down to this one technique. Guard, backside guard, you are skip pulling, and you're coming around and you are kicking out that defensive end. Play side or backside tackle, you are skip pulling as well, and you are coming around and you are walling off and picking up that front side linebacker. Running back, you are taking your jab step. Again, I like that jab step because it allows time for these linemen to clear and allows him to get in behind the pulling lineman. And you're going to try and bang this up the A gap, but if it's not there, you can bend it around to the B gap and punch it outside if you need to. Quarterback, your eyes are on this player right here, this end. Again, reading this end here. If he chases down the line, you are going to pull the ball and run. If he just sits here and squeezes, that's an automatic handoff read right there. Now, again, what we talked about in the previous video about what we do on the outside, it remains the same. So one-on-one right here, single receiver, we can run the hitch, and quarterback has the option. If he has that automatically, he can just turn and throw that ball if he wants. We can also, on this side here, run a little bubble. This receiver blocks, most dangerous man, we can run a bubble screen here. Quarterback simply just comes to the line and kind of reads the box, counts the box, and sees how many he has. If he has an advantageous number, we can just throw it out here if we want. We can also run hitches on this side as well. It doesn't really matter, it's your preference. You can do both. A little bit different look here from the defensive lineman. The rules basically stay the same. A little bit harder reach blocks for some of the linemen, but the rules still stay the same. So we're going to start with the play side tackle. Again, he's not worried about this defensive end because he's going to get kicked out by that backside guard. So he's going to try and reach to this nose, this one technique. So he's going to step into this gap and keep moving and trying to engage that double team with this guard here, the backside guard. And again, still carrying that double team to this backside linebacker. So that does not change. Harder block here. Now this tackle is in almost that 3 position right there. He is basically going to move to this gap, and he's going to try and just wall off that tackle right there, trying to push him off, chip him away, just to get him off his trajectory towards the quarterback. Backside guard, still same thing. You are skip pulling through, kicking out that defensive end. Backside tackle, you are doing the same thing, skip pulling, coming through, and you are walling off this play side linebacker. Running back, everything stays the same. That jab step, let the lineman clear, come through, try and bang this through that A gap. Quarterback, you again still are reading this end right here. Again, if he chases down the line, you are pulling that ball and running, or if he squeezes the handoff, then that is an automatic handoff call or handoff read, and you are making sure you hand it off. Here is an example just through animation of our 3x1 set, and just pre-snap looking at it, you technically have 3/3 right here. So quarterback would see this and say the quick bubble screen is not there. Potentially, if you're running hitches, we could hit a hitch to this middle receiver here. The gift potentially could be there if we want to run that hitch there. So pre-snap, the quarterback would look there. He potentially has that one-on-one situation. Again, we always tell our athletes, our receivers, our quarterback, you are one missed tackle away from a huge play. And he's one-on-one situation here. This could be potentially a good matchup. So do have quarterbacks pre-snap this. But as far as the movement is concerned, we are running a counter to the left here. So you're going to see the jab step from the running back. This defensive end here is going to squeeze down. He's not going to chase the running back down the line. So the quarterback runs, fakes the run. So that holds that defensive end there. You're going to see a double team on this tackle right here, carrying that to that backside linebacker right here. Skip pull here to kick out this defensive end. He skip pulls around through the hole and walls off this play side linebacker, and the running back just breaks it out over here. This is how it's supposed to be. This is in a perfect world. This is how it's supposed to look. Wanted to show you this clip real quick, but this is counter, even though it is out of pistol. Gonna have a guard pull around, kick out this defensive end, using a sniffer back here, but you just replace the sniffer back with a tackle. He is gonna come around here and pull through the hole and pick off this linebacker here, and it's a nice big gain for the running back. Like I said, I was going to show a simple drill that I like to use in practices to help with the quarterback make the read on the defensive end or stand-up linebacker, depending on what run scheme you use. But quite honestly, I think this works for all run schemes if you want to have the quarterback read. So it's a real simple drill. Obviously, you're going to need your center. You can use barrels if you want. Does not matter. You can do this with the entire line. You could set up your technically your entire offense or defensive line. However, like to have, if the read man is a defensive end, like to have that as a coach. So if we are here and we are running, say we're just running counter, you could put the lineman in here if you wanted to and have them work on their pulls, or just have this be a quarterback running back drill with a coach, just so you can give the read. So this coach either is going to squeeze down right here, and if that's the case, then the quarterback hands the ball off, still carries out his fake as if he has the ball. But if that coach then comes down the line to chase the running back, that's when he keeps it. And we usually put a little target here where we want to kind of get him to. You don't want to have him cut it too far inside, have him try and get out into the open field. So we typically have a target for him to aim for, to where he wants to get, where we want him to get in that open field. So it's a very, very simple little drill that we try and include into our drills, our individual drills. Again, you can do this as a full-on running drill with the lineman, the quarterback, and running back if you want, and have wide receivers doing something different. Or you can do it kind of like this. Either way works. the more, in my opinion, the more reps you do with it, whether it's full group or individually like this, does not matter. But the more reps you have at it practice, the better results you're gonna see in the game. So very, very simple little drill that I highly recommend that you institute, especially if you're having the quarterback read that defensive end or even that stand-up linebacker. We do the same thing with a stand-up linebacker. So this is a drill that I highly recommend. Well, there you have it. That's how I teach counter against an even front. If you missed the other video about teaching it against an odd front, make sure you check the link down below. I have it linked down in the description. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and please subscribe if you like this content and you want to see more of my content. I will see you in the next video.